This is CC Fridland, the home chef with FocusAL.com. With Easter on the way, today we're going to do a leg of lamb dish that would be a great addition to any Easter dinner. So to start our leg of lamb dish, the first thing we need is a marinade. And so what we're going to do is take our beaker here, we're going to add some olive oil. And then to the olive oil, we're going to add balsamic vinegar. And then we're going to get our herbs ready. So mint is always a good herb that goes with lamb, as is rosemary. So we're going to chop up the mint and the rosemary and add that to our marinade. So we'll start with the mint. I just pulled some leaves off of the bunch. So there's our mint. We're just going to add that into our marinade. And then next we're going to take our rosemary and chop it up. Again, I just pulled the leaves right off the stems. Alright, so there's our rosemary. Take that. And now we're going to get the leg of lamb ready. Oops, almost forgot the garlic. Never forget the garlic. Got to add the garlic in, so we've got some cloves here. Just press that in. Just like to take a fork down in here and get this all nice. All right, so we'll leave that there. Now ready to work on the actual leg of lamb itself. This is a boneless leg of lamb. So you can see where the bone ran through, they've opened it up and taken that out. I like to trim a lot of this fat off. I've got my boning knife, just kind of take it at an angle. Try not to cut into the meat too much, but take that fat layer off. Get that started. We're not going to get it all off, we're just going to take off a good portion of it, so don't worry about getting every last little bit of it. There we go. So now we've got this beautiful piece of meat, leg of lamb. We're going to take our marinator, put the lamb in there, take the marinade, and we're going to spread it, make sure we coat all of the leg. So I'm going to wash up, put the lid on, put this in the refrigerator. You want to let this marinate for at least 8 hours. I usually do it overnight, so it usually goes about 24 hours when I'm making this when I have people over. So the lamb's been marinating and it's time to put it into roast. So I've got the marinator here. Let's open it up. Look at that nice lamb leg. So we're going to go ahead and move that to our roasting pan. I've got my rack in there. Now, a lot of folks, when they go to roast a big piece of meat like this, either undercook or overcook it, because all you do is do by time. I never cook a roast like this by time. What I'm going to do is find pretty much the thickest part of the meat. I'm going to take a thermometer and put it right into there. And let me rinse off real quick. And we're going to pull this out when it hits between 135 and 140 degrees inside. And that should take 45 minutes to an hour. But if you cook solely by time, you never know what's going on inside. So let me get this in the oven. So you just run the cable right through the door of the oven, close it on it. You can set that right there so I can watch the temperature of that roast while it cooks. So the lamb's done. Like I told you before, we want the internal temperature to be between about 135 to 140. I like to normally pull about 137. It's been in just a few minutes longer than that. It's sitting at 140. So we're going to go ahead and take it out. Now as I take it out, I've got to be careful because of the leash I've got here. So I'll grab my thermometer, carry this over and set it down. Now after you roast any piece of meat like this, we're going to want to cover it with foil. So I've got some foil, heavy duty foil here. What you will find is just because we've taken the roast out of the oven does not mean the cooking has stopped. So the temperature is still working and our internal temperature will continue to go up for another 10 minutes or so. So when we get ready to cut it, we'll see what our final temperature ended up being. Go ahead and take the foil off. And I was watching the thermometer and it peaked at about 150 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the probe out. And I'm just going to grab the roast and move it to our cutting board. And now we're ready to cut in and see this beautiful meat. And the ends are going to be a little more done than towards the center, as you would expect in about any roast. The thing about a leg is it's a number of different muscles. So you can see that the pieces have different meat and a little bit of fat in the middle there. So we'll just continue to slice right on through. This particular leg was a little over 4 pounds, so it would probably feed 6 people or so. There you have it. So we've got our lovely leg of lamb ready to serve out. This is C.C. Fridland, the home chef with FocusAL.com.